What's going on, guys? This is Riggs, and what we're going to be talking about today in this video is the booty loot situation going on right now. Specifically, what I want to touch on is the scope situation or lack thereof, as well as all kinds of stuff. We have a bunch of stuff to gripe about, a bunch of stuff to get into. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into this video. If you haven't and you want to see more content like this, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, because that is how you're going to know when I go live. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter. All those links are down in the description. Feel free to join the Discord server as well. We always got stuff going on in the Discord server. So, since 0.18.0 landed, it seems as though, and at first I thought it was just bad luck. Okay, just a bad game. Can't find any scopes. You know, you have to put a hollow on an adoum, towards the end of the match. But then I saw people tagging me, and please continue to do it. I do appreciate it. People sharing photos on Twitter, especially Instagram. People blowing up the Instagram with screenshots of them using a 2x, like on an M24, there's 15 people alive, people wiping squads. Not only do the people sending me this stuff not have any scopes, but the squads that they're wiping, they check the boxes and they don't have any scopes either. There's a big issue with boosts as well. First aids, any consumables. I don't know what happened. The question I have though, is it intentional? And that's the main focus I want to get to in this video. From what I've noticed, I would have to say that it seems to be like it's intentional. Is Pubg trying to force a different kind of meta onto us? What I mean by that is we have a recent addition to Miramar being the Win94 that has a built-in 2.7x scope. If I'm not mistaken, correct me down in the comment section if I am. If I'm not mistaken, that's the only map that you can find the Winchester on now is on that map. So what's interesting is I feel as though they want people on Miramar. It seems like you can't find scopes like you used to. And they have obviously the VSS and you have the Win94, both those weapons having built-in scopes that from when I'm playing my Miramar matches, I'm finding those weapons left and right. So what is actually going on? Are they trying to force a meta where they want us to use weapons like the VSS or weapons like the Win94 with the built-in scope? Are they trying to force us to have more of a close quarter combat as opposed to long snipes? Is this a way for them to mitigate the hill glitching? Like I said, there's a lot of questions I have, and what's awesome is I know you guys are going to blow up the comment section. I want to know your opinion. Like I said, I thought it was bad luck at first, but seeing the overwhelming majority of people on the social medias and in the comment section here on the YouTube channel, people talking about this on videos that have nothing to do with the butt cheeks loot, but people just bringing it up like, hey Riggs, have you noticed this? And yes, I have. Again, I thought it was bad luck. It's absolutely not. It's a pandemic going on in this game. So I feel like it was a mistake. Like they're trying to switch up the meta on Miramar. They put in more buildings. Like they don't want the fights to be as long range as they were before. It's very rare to find any like 8x in airdrops, things like that. So with the addition of the Sandstorm mode, which I believe is coming back, but with Sandstorm, that obviously forced people to fight in more close quarters. There's more buildings that we've ever seen on Miramar ever before, which has more hardcover. It's going to force people to fight again in a much shorter range. We're talking less than 200-meter fights going on, as it was before when scopes were plentiful. But I feel like them trying to switch the meta on Miramar with the quote-unquote Miramar 2.0, they did the exact same thing. Like they did it for the entire game as opposed to just focusing on Miramar if they're trying to change how people fight there. But I've noticed it. I haven't played a Bikini match. Don't unsubscribe. I haven't played a Bikini match this season, but I've played a ton of Sonok and a ton of Erangel, and it's the exact same thing. This all began with the nerf loot. Again, it's not just me. Everyone's noticing it or noticed it, but that came back in Season 12. I've noticed a big difference in the loot in Georgia Pole crates and in Novo crates. The loot is horrible to the point to where you can often be the only squad that lands in these areas. Not all the time, depending on flight path and all these things, but it's not the same as it was before. It's very, very difficult to find a weapon in these two places. I want to know your guys' opinion on what exactly is going on here. And in my humble opinion, it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed quick. I mean, this game is all about... The most interesting thing is they just buffed, or not just, but last update, they had a buff to bolt actions. So they buff the bolt actions, but then they take away the scopes. I mean, you find a 2x now, and I mean, you're posting screenshots, and I mean, you're taking screenshots and posting them on the socials because you're so excited. You're like, oh my God, yes, I found the best, worst scope in the game. Again, just my opinion. But you find the best, worst scope in the game, and you're actually happy about it because now you don't have to have a red dot on the AWM. The other interesting thing is, like I said, once they start tweaking with loot, whether they're buffing it, whether they're trying to nerf it, we also had, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, we also had the canted sight getting added. Now, as you guys know, the canted sight is the red dot where it's in addition to your normal scope. If you don't have a scope on your weapon, though, you can just have the canted sight and just have like a red dot. So again, going back, since they've added the canted sight, are they trying to force a new meta on us where they don't want the long range fights? But I mean, myself, a huge part of this game are those snipes, are those long range fights, the strategy and the tactics involved, not to mention getting the skill, whether you have a 4, a 6, an 8x, you headshot somebody, you get someone knocked, you knock someone else in an enemy squad, and now it's time to push. So you go from having a long range or mid range fight, you get a knock or two, and now you're jumping in your vehicle, you're rotating, you're going to go flank, you go ahead and get that push. Whether you're gatekeeping, whether you're, trying to prevent someone else from getting into the zone, a lot of different strategies are involved with these long range style fights. But when you're going an entire match and you can't even find a 3x, let alone a 4 or a 6x, there's definitely an issue. I hope and I pray. Pubg did show up in my stream that I had yesterday, which was awesome, or yesterday when I'm making this video. Pubg actually showed up in the stream. Chat went insane. So we know Pubg's out there. We know they're watching the videos. I'm hoping and I'm praying that they'll watch this one and we can do something about this loot situation, because it's taking a lot of... Well, plain and simple, it's taking a lot of the fun out of the game. There's nothing fun at all about going an entire match, 25 minutes into a match, and just having a hollow or red dot. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of you that will say, oh, I haven't had any scope issues. Now, it's the case obviously is not going to be the same for everybody, whether it's luck, whether it's not, but an overwhelming majority of people, not only in my matches, will there be matches where I'll find a 4x? Of course. Will there be a match where I find a 6 or an 8x? Absolutely. But overall, if you look at all the games played and you compare them to the past seasons, the loot as far as finding scopes, finding health kits, med kits, boosts. We also had a tweak, again, specific to Miramar, being the vending machines, now that those pump out. I haven't even used one yet. But the vending machines that pump out pills and drinks, is that a reason why? Like I said, a lot of these things keep going back to Miramar. They're trying to change the way people play Miramar, but it seems like it's backfired, and now it's affecting all of the other maps. So again, down in the comment section, I want you guys to let me know what you think. Are you experiencing this as well? I'm hoping PUBG watches this so we can get this fixed. But yeah, the loot situation out of control here in Season 13. Still having a lot of fun playing, but as far as having a decent mid to long range fight and finding a scope nice and early into a match, it's a grind. You wipe a squad, you check their boxes. No one seems to have anything. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said in the beginning, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Obviously, all the socials, all the links to my socials are down in the description. I cannot wait to read all your guys' comments down in the comment section. But until the very next video, you guys, this has been Riggs, the Moves Team.